This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rebecca Vargas. It's a fall Friday Eve.
The first fall
Or
of
first
fall day and the first Friday fall day.
It's not Friday.
No, I mean,
we're confusing them.
The eve of Friday.
The eve of Friday.
Yeah, there's a lot going on
Yeah.
there. Josh,
Thursdays
help
always
me
attached to Fridays,
Yeah.
so we can kind of celebrate.
Oh, we always celebrate.
Always, all the time.
Yes.
But extra special today.
It
First
is.
day of fall starts at 10:21 this morning.
oh,
and,
so it's not fall yet.
Not yet.
Oh,
Officially, we're
10:20.
still
Oh.
in summer.
I broke out my sweater and everything. Come on, dude.
I don't think he's going to dial up the weather for me to be able to wear my boots yet, but
Well, it may cool in the 7-day forecast slightly, but anyway, it's not slightly cooled outside right now. It's 77 in Sarasota, Venice 75. So we'll take a little tour here. Upper 70s to mid 70s around the Suncoast, as you can see down over in Port Charlotte, 73. So that's a little bit better than mid 70s, I guess mid to upper 70s. But as far as the Titan radar goes, everything looking very quiet. Along the Suncoast, there's a few isolated showers in the Gulf of Mexico, but again, we have a westerly flow, and any storms that develop will be inland. But how great will they be? Will they be widespread? We'll let you know coming up.
Excellent. Thank you, Josh. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways. See the bridge is coming from Palmetto into downtown Bradenton. Actually, the Green Bridge more so, a little voluminous at this point in the morning. Not stopped, but it is backed up a bit. And then on State Road 70, you see as you head towards 75, east of 301, it's a little bit of volume, and also some issues on State Road 64 as you approach downtown Bradenton, but no accidents or major delays. Those are just building traffic. And then you see in Sarasota County, 301, 41, 75, all moving along nicely without any issues, and no issues or delays in South County either.
Topping our news this morning, more unrest overnight in Charlotte, North Carolina. The city remains on edge following the fatal police shooting of a black man and 2 nights of violent protests. The governor has now declared a state of emergency and the National Guard has been called in. Police say 43-year-old Keith Lamont Scott was shot after he ignored orders to drop a gun. However, family and friends say Scott had a book in his hand and not a gun.
Meanwhile, here on the Suncoast, a protest of another kind, pro-Trump signs at a local restaurant sparked both Clinton and Trump supporters to hold separate rallies at the same time outside of that restaurant.
Yeah, it was actually on 41 where they had have their advertising sign, and Sarasota police were standing by, though, as a precaution. ABC 7's Ray Collins has the story.
USA! Politics in the year 2016. This was the sign outside Barnacle Bill's restaurant on the North Trail that caused the uproar. It says, NRA member, concealed carry okay, not deplorable, vote Trump. Local Democrats plan to rally against that sign, but local Republicans plan to be there also. And if this were a sporting contest, they would have called the game at halftime.
And proud of it.
There were well over 100 Trump supporters, and we counted less than 20 Clinton supporters. One woman carrying a Clinton sign weaved her way through the entire line of Trump supporters and only had words with one person at the end of the line.
Where are the other Clinton supporters? Nobody knew about it. Found out about it yesterday on Facebook.
Among the Trump supporters, one woman who stood within a cardboard wall to illustrate her candidate's promise to crack down on illegal immigration. She said Trump needs to win Florida.
I think he's going to need everybody. He's going to need the people who haven't made up their minds yet, the ones of us who have already made up our minds, and we need to get some people switched over too.
Keeping a close eye on all of this, Sarasota police, both in their cars and in the shadows, but in the end, there didn't appear to be any serious confrontations.
And you can bet there'll be many more rallies for both candidates in the next 6 weeks. On the North Trail, Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
The state is expected to rest its case today against the Sarasota woman accused of trying to kill her 6-year-old daughter. Ashley Parker is charged with attempted murder. Police say they found her daughter in her home with several stab wounds last summer. Law enforcement among those taking the stand detailing Parker's actions during the arrest process. But the key witness is Ashley's daughter, who just even described the attack.
And after that, she stabbed me.
She stabbed you?
Yeah. On my back, first on my hip, then my stomach, then my chest.
Parker's attorney says his client has a history of mental illness. She's now facing charges of attempted murder, cruelty toward a child, and resisting arrest. She could even face life in prison if convicted. Closing arguments are expected tomorrow.
A candlelight vigil will be held tonight in honor of the parents of murdered children. It's National Day of Remembrance for them. Survivors of violent crimes, as well as loved ones of those who have died in violent acts, are set to gather in the community room of the Sarasota Police Department tonight. The vigil will include speakers, a remembrance, and a candlelight tribute. Also, a walk to Sarasota Judicial Center and the laying of memorial bricks will follow the tribute, which begins at 6:30. Also, officials with the Sarasota Police Department are set to give an update today on the fight against heroin and the epidemic within the city. A press conference will be held this morning at 9:30. Sarasota police say 43 people have overdosed on suspected heroin and other drugs since July, 8 of whom have died. The police department is working with emergency medical services and First Step of Sarasota to bring more awareness to this crisis. And for the second time this week, a skimming device is found at a local 7-Eleven. Bradenton police say the device, which thieves used to steal credit card information, was found Tuesday evening inside the ATM at the 7-Eleven on 14th Street West. They're not sure how long the skimmer was there, but police do advise you that if you've used that particular ATM within the last week or so and notice any unusual debit or credit transactions, call the detective at the number on your screen. The other skimmer we mentioned was found on Sunday at the 7-Eleven on Clark Road, just west of the interstate.
Well, some officers with the Sarasota Police Department are going through intense training.
Yeah, they really got to get a handle on their bikes for sure, so they're better able to catch criminals. This week, several officers completed the International Mountain Bike Association Police Cyclist course. The department posted this video on its Facebook page of officers going through the obstacles that all were put in front of them at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall. They all braving the heat, going up and down stairs, on and off sidewalks, and negotiating potholes so they could patrol more efficiently and keep us safe.
Some of the officers are full-time foot/bicycle patrol officers on MLK and Main Street and St. Armand's Circle. They're the officers that you'll see most often on the bicycle. All the other officers will be able to use the bicycle when they have free time, not answering calls, to patrol their zones in a more effective manner.
Once the officers are certified, they can use their bike anywhere in their zone assignment. In a first-of-its-kind meeting at Venice City Hall.
Yeah, residents had the chance to speak to key department heads within the city all at once. City officials, fire rescue, and Venice police were all on hand to answer their questions. One of the major topics was the multi-million-dollar public safety bond set to go before the voters on the November ballot. That money would be used to build a new police station.
Using tarps to cover up their equipment because of the water coming through the roof at the present police station. It's just, wow.
They understand now directly from us, explaining what the assets are, what needs to be addressed, why we're doing this, done deliberately, understanding that it has an impact on taxpayers.
The city manager is the one who organized this meeting. He hopes to have more in the future. We have an update on the Venice Police Department's effort to increase officer salaries. The police department union is asking that the city council provide a substantial pay increase for its officers. The goal is to slow police turnover rates, which have been high over the past few years. While the pay for beginning officers and experienced officers is on par with other agencies, the mid-level pay has been lacking. The city council set aside $160,000 to go towards those raises. Now the police union would like the raises to take effect right away, while the city council wants them to be spread out over time. Negotiations are continuing. And in less than 2 weeks, the new Sarasota County Public Library in Venice will open its doors. County staff members actually have been working for months to renovate the Hamilton building, which is behind the Venice Theater on North Nokomis Avenue. When it opens up on October 4th, it will have a large collection of books, DVDs, magazines, and newspapers. There will also be a children's area and computers there. The temporary library location at the Venice Community Center will close next Tuesday, September 27th, but there will still be a book return there.
The Manatee County School District is working on ways to make up lost school days due to Hurricane or Tropical Storm Hermine. According to the Bradenton Herald, the district says shortening Thanksgiving break will not be necessary, but other changes will be made to the calendar. The district is proposing eliminating the half-days on October 5th and December 7th and turning them into full days instead. An additional day could also be added before the start of winter break. The school board has to vote on the proposal at a meeting on Tuesday, but Sarasota County Schools did not close, so they don't have to worry about it. An unpleasant sight and smell continues troubling Longboat Key residents. Thousands of dead fish are washing up on the 10-mile stretch of the island. The FWC confirms that red tide is to blame. Longboat Key officials are confident the red tide will, or the actual tide, will take the fish back in.